All right, here's Laura with the band Dead Reckoning. Let's see what she found out about them.
Hi everybody, welcome back to Studio C. We're here tonight with the group Dead Reckoning. Thank you for coming in tonight.
You're welcome.
Dead Reckoning, that's an interesting name. Where did you get that name?
It's a nautical term where you know where you want to go, but you don't have a map or a compass, and you reckon a way to where you're going to. Dead Reckoning. Yeah, exactly.
So where do you want to go? Where do you want to be in maybe the next 5 or 10 years?
Hopefully with a contract. I mean, you know, who knows what happens. And I'm just finding a cheap job somewhere and flipping burgers.
Well, you just published, or you just came out with a tape, this one right here, with self-titled, Dead Reckoning. One of the songs that was on this tape, Home Street Home, where did you guys get the idea for that song?
Just through the news. You read about it in the paper all the time. You know, there's people homeless in the streets. And in the country we live in, where we got all this money in excess, it's just ridiculous that people are out in the streets, And it's just where, just started writing a song about it, and that's about it.
So where do you get the inspiration for some of the other songs that you write?
He writes most of them, right? Just kind of.
You do?
Well, I don't know where it comes from. I really don't. It happens that day, the spur of the moment. Never know. Yeah, everybody comes up with an idea, brings it to practice, and then they take off with it. So everything's just starts to roll. We can't stop it. Yeah.
And nay or yay, Everybody kind of comes down and we'll, Ed, Joe, or Dave and I will all come up with a type of riff or something. We'll jam on that for a while. And then Carl, can sit along and kind of narrates the whole idea, conducts our ideas and meshes them all together. And he'll think of things to say and vocals, and then it all comes together like that. It's pretty much a group project. A lot of, Dave will come in with a certain idea that he wants to do and kind of change it on him or whatever, It's a group, definitely a group effort, that type of situation. It works out well for the most part. We try to do our best, It's better than playing covers all the time, that's for damn sure.
Well, you guys sound really great. You sound really tight. Have you been doing this a long time?
The band's been together almost 4 years now. We just started out as just a songwriting project. Carl and I and the original guitar player were just writing a bunch of songs and recorded them, and they sounded pretty good. So we figured we'd hire a few other people and pull them in and see what happens.
Yeah, we don't get paid. We don't get paid. We haven't seen that.
I get all the money. They just kind of like
That's what the spokesperson does, right?
Correct.
So what do you prefer to do? Do you prefer to be in the studio recording or to be out playing?
Well, for us, it's good to be out live. I mean, for what we're doing, we're trying to push our originals mostly.
We're not live, we usually start killing each other. Yeah. It doesn't take long before, if we're not playing out, we'll be on each other's throats. No time at all.
Yeah, that's right. There used to be 7. What happened to the other 2?
They haven't found them yet.
Oh, okay.
You can't pin anything on us.
Well, you've got some of these tapes out in local record stores. Where can people get them?
We have it in Platypus Records in Westfield, Music Men in Springfield, Card and Comic Shop on Wilbraham Road, excuse me, J&L Music, we got them all over the place, Guitar Academy, Music Outlet in Enfield, God, I can't think of it off my head, but we have them all over the place, basically, and we try and push them out there.
Do you have anything else coming out in the future, or are you going back to the recording studio?
Yeah, we're supposed to go back in November, towards the end of November, into the studio again to record our next project. And it's pretty much already written, just waiting to get put on tape.
Well, thank you very much for taking time out of your schedule and coming here tonight. We really appreciate it.
Thanks.
Dead Reckoning's located in Springfield, so they're not that far away. But here's their song by the title, Far Away.
Sleepless night, wondering how to make it